An estimated 3,000 people have been left homeless after a fire swept through the Site 5 informal settlement in Dunoon. City crews from Human Settlements, Disaster Management and Social Development are busy with assessments to assist residents. Now, more than 1,000 dwellings were destroyed. The blaze was fanned by strong winds and has required 2 helicopters and more than 12 fire engines to extinguish the fire. SABC News reporter Vanessa Poonah joins us for more. Vanessa, afternoon to you. It seems like a very busy afternoon, as I can see that a lot is happening behind you. The impact of the blaze cannot be understated.
No, you're right. The impact can't be underestimated. Just speaking to some of the residents here at Site 5 earlier, saying that they have little to no choice but to rebuild as soon as possible. Many people have been seeking shelter with friends and family. Others simply have nowhere else to go. We understand that there have been offers from community halls and churches, etc., in the area to assist people. But of course, we know that schools start this week, and many parents are telling us that they have lost everything. Some people using their savings for their children who would have been preparing to go to tertiary institutions this year are now saying that they had to use those funds to purchase building materials. Of course, I'm joined now by a community leader in the area, Bulewa Mayende. Bulewa, let us start there. A lot of people we see at the moment are rebuilding after this devastating fire. We know that yesterday the trucks that were brought in to clear the fire debris, the community wasn't happy with that. Many people telling us that fire kits have still not been provided by Human Settlements. What is the situation on the ground with the thousands of residents who are trying to rebuild their lives here?
Good afternoon to the viewers. Good afternoon to the viewers and everyone that is watching. Let me say, Vanessa, as we're standing here right now, we all know that we're coming from Christmas holidays, where everyone else has spent whatever during Christmas holidays. And by now, this came as a shock because this was never expected. And we're on the eve of the school reopening. And the reason why people are here now rebuilding it is because they're frustrated and devastated that the schools are reopening and they would not have shelters to cover their heads. And it is for that reason now they felt that whilst the administration is taking its course, Informal Settlement is on site, Human Settlement is on site, the National Department of Human Settlement is also on site, trying to finalize the administration or registration of the affected beneficiary or fire victims. And that is taking a process, but it has started yesterday already. And even today still, they are still continuing with the registration process. And that made the community members to at least start to rebuild their extinguished structures of Dunoon community.
We understand the frustration. We also understand that this area was very densely populated, hence the fire that broke out spread so rapidly. The authorities are wanting fire breaks to be put in. What is the community members telling you? What are they telling you?
Yes, the authorities wanted to assist indeed the community to rebuild the structures. However, the cry about rebuilding was the fact that the population right now does not allow them. You would recall that you will then relocate someone to a particular area. Say, for an example, the rebuilding is going to be 6 by 6, and you find out that you have got 8 occupants in the very same house, which will limit some of the people or disadvantage some of the people. Hence, the community members felt at that stage that it was critical for them, and unfortunately for them at that stage, to then look after themselves and do the normal way and wait for the relief from the National Department of Human Settlement to give them the building kits.
We also understand that at the moment, very briefly, that there are humanitarian organizations that are providing what they call soft relief in terms of meals. What is the need of this community at present, the most immediate pressing need?
The most pressing need, Vanessa, today is that, in fact, as from today going forward, as I alluded earlier on, that we are on the eve of school reopening. The stationery is our major problem. Most of the parents here were saying to us that they have saved money. They had some savings where they bought the stationery for their children, and the stationery, unfortunately, has been affected by this fire. And the matriculants are worried, and they are about that what is it that they're going to be doing in order for them to be able to access tertiary institutions so that they can go and have access to better education. As we all know that young people are the future of this country, and we're pleading and humbly putting ourselves in front of all the departments, that the Department of Home Affairs to please come forward, the Department of SASA to please come forward, so that the SASA beneficiaries are able to be reissued with the SASA grant cards, so that the matriculants, the ones that are going to be accessing new schools, are able to go to schools. The birth certificates are needed in this particular time. And we also would like to urge to whoever that will be able to come forward to assist with stationery, because right now that is our bottleneck at the moment. There is no organization that has came forward to assist with stationery needs.
Well, I'm going to leave it there for now. Thank you so much for very succinctly putting the needs of this community out there. Of course, we understand that electricity pylons are down, electricity wires are down, as well as no water in the area. We spoke to the Gift of the Givers humanitarian aid organization earlier. They are on standby and saying that they'll be here for the next few days, providing 3 meals per day as well as water. They call it soft relief, but of course, as you've heard from the community leader there, the most pressing need right now is for those children that need to go back to school this coming week, as well as for elderly, those people who've lost all their documentations in this fire. Therefore, an appeal being made to all the departments to work together to get those documents to the affected residents as speedily as possible.
Very well. Thank you so much, Vanessa Poonah, SABC news reporter there, giving us a sense of the desperate plea coming from the ground from residents in Dunoon after a fire ravaged their belongings. And of course, at a time where it's the start of the 2026 academic year, so they're really just calling out for help.